did meet him in the T-Mobile store. He doesn't have 4 kids, he has 2 kids. And no, I did not break up his home. He's just a friend. I don't know if his home, what happened in his home, but he's been not with his wife. But of course, you know, they took the story and they said I was a homewrecker.
What is going on with Fantasia Barrino at 40 years old? Did she finally confirm the sad rumors people have been talking about? How did these rumors start, and what do they mean for her career and personal life?
Just 2 weeks ago, the 26-year-old was hospitalized after overdosing on a bottle of pills.
Fans have always loved her strength, but is she struggling behind the scenes? What has Fantasia shared that has everyone so heartbroken? Let's find out the truth about this sad news.
That's my idol. I've seen my mother go through some tough stuff, but still do it with class, elegance, and also faith, that word faith.
Born to Diane and Joseph Barrino and raised in High Point, North Carolina. She began singing at the age of 5. R&B duo Casey and JoJo are her first cousins. From a young age, Fantasia was influenced by legendary soul singers like Aretha Franklin, Patti LaBelle, and Chaka Khan. She grew up listening to jazz greats like Billie Holiday, Ella Fitzgerald, and Nina Simone. Patti LaBelle even calls Fantasia Baby Patti because her voice and energy remind her of her own younger days. Fantasia has always credited her church upbringing for shaping her musical style, and she mentions, when Fantasia Barrino won American Idol in 2004, it seemed like her life was finally getting better. At just 19 years old, she was a single mom from North Carolina with big dreams. But even after her victory, life stayed hard for Fantasia.
If she cried, she did it in her room. She didn't let us see it. When the lights was out, she lit up candles. When the heat was off, she opened up that stove and put a fan in front of it. When we didn't have nothing to eat, I couldn't tell.
Her struggles started when she was very young and followed her into adulthood. In her 2005 book, Life is Not a Fairy Tale, Fantasia shared a painful story from her high school years. When she was in 9th grade, a popular boy attacked her in the school auditorium. She didn't talk much about what happened, but said the experience changed her forever. Fantasia told her mom, who helped her report the boy to the school. He was punished, but Fantasia didn't feel it was enough. After that, school became a nightmare. Fantasia said in an interview with the Oprah magazine in 2007, that other boys at school made fun of her and even threatened her. They would say things like, "I'm going to do to you what he did." The bullying became so bad that Fantasia decided to quit school. Fantasia also talked about her struggles with reading. In her book, she wrote, "I get by, but my reading isn't what it should be. I'm working on it." Even though it was hard for her to read, she didn't let it stop her from chasing her dreams.
Strumming my pain with his fingers.
Barrino's journey on American Idol was full of challenges, but her determination made her a star. One of her biggest struggles was her difficulty with reading. Parts of the show required contestants to read from a script, which made things harder for her. In a 2007 interview, Fantasia revealed she managed to fake her way through those moments. She shared, "Somebody would say, 'You know, it's pronounced this way.' And I'd be like, 'Oh, I'm sorry, I'm country.'" One of Fantasia's most famous performances on the show was her version of George Gershwin's song, "Summertime." Even Simon Cowell, one of the judges, called it his favorite moment on the show. But Fantasia wasn't familiar with the song at first. She was given a page of lyrics to learn, but since she didn't want anyone to know about her reading struggles, she chose a different way. She listened to the song repeatedly until she memorized the words, and her hard work paid off with a stunning performance.
Fantasia, you proved the point with that performance tonight why we are critical of people who just sing well, because there was something magical about what you just did.
Fantasia's challenges didn't start on American Idol. When she was 17, she dropped out of high school and gave birth to her daughter, Zion. During this time, she felt lost and struggled a lot. In a 2007 interview, she said, When I moved out, started hanging out with the wrong people, and got pregnant, people were like, she ain't going anywhere now. Her situation got worse because of the violence she faced from Zion's father. He physically abused her, and she eventually had enough. Fantasia looked in the mirror one day and saw how bad things had gotten. She said, I can't see out of one eye. I have knots on my head. My lips are swollen. Her little brother even told her, you look bad. She also recalled another painful moment, how her father hit her once when she acted upset in front of other people. I poked my lips out and acted mad. My father popped me. I was so upset because I never did anything wrong, she said. She said she was embarrassed by being punished in public, and it never happened again. She finally took steps to leave the abusive relationship. Despite her struggles, Fantasia shined on American Idol. She, along with LaToya London and Jennifer Hudson, became known as the Three Divas because of their incredible talent. All three were seen as favorites to win the competition. But in one shocking episode, they all landed in the bottom three. Jennifer Hudson, who later became a huge star, was eliminated that week, leaving Fantasia and LaToya to move forward. Many fans and even celebrities were upset. Elton John, who had mentored the contestants earlier, said the results were unfair and possibly racist. He pointed out that all three women were black and had amazing voices, yet they were in the bottom three. Now, some of Fantasia's issues became very public, especially after she released her memoir in 2005. Let's look at what happened. In her memoir, Fantasia shared personal stories about her struggles, family, and rise to fame. But her father, Joseph Barrino, was not happy with what she wrote. He filed a $10 million lawsuit against the book's publisher, Simon & Schuster. Joseph said some things in the book were not true. He denied ever asking Fantasia for money or putting her music career above her education. Joseph also claimed that Fantasia didn't even write the book herself. He said her grandmother ghostwrote it. Fantasia had written about her father being strict and demanding. In the book, she shared how he wanted everything to be perfect, from the music to the way he looked. She wrote about him saying things like, I run this family, I run this band.
There's a rumor on the internet that you are now dating a married man who has 4 kids and he's from your area, a real estate agent that you supposedly have met in the T-Mobile store.
Fantasia's troubles didn't end there. In 2010, she was involved in another big legal case. A woman named Paula Cook accused Fantasia of having an affair with her husband, Antoine Cook. Paula said this affair led to their divorce. Fantasia had to testify in court about her relationship with Antoine. She reportedly admitted to being involved with him for over a year and even getting pregnant with his child, though she later had an abortion. Fantasia said she thought Antoine was separated from his wife when they started dating. The case got even more heated when Paula claimed that Fantasia had been rude to her on the phone. According to Paula, Fantasia told her, your husband doesn't want you. Maybe next time you'll know how to keep a husband. In 2010, Fantasia made headlines for her personal struggles. Around that time, she was accused of breaking up a marriage involving Antoine Cook, whom she had reportedly been dating since 2010. Her manager, Brian Dickens, denied the claims and said Fantasia wasn't responsible for the breakup.
I did meet him in the T-Mobile store. He doesn't have 4 kids, he has 2 kids. And no, I did not break up his home. He's just a friend. I don't know if his home, what happened in his home, but he's been not with his wife. But of course, you know, they took the story and they said I was a homewrecker.
Things took a dark turn in August 2010. Brian Dickens found Fantasia nearly unconscious at her home in Charlotte, North Carolina. She had taken too many pills and was rushed to the hospital. Thankfully, her injuries were not life-threatening. Later, Fantasia opened up about what happened in an interview with VH1's Behind the Music. She admitted she had taken the pills on purpose, saying, I just wanted to go to sleep and be at peace. She shared that dealing with criticism and family problems had pushed her into a deep depression.
Just 2 weeks ago, the 26-year-old was hospitalized after overdosing on a bottle of pills.
Thankfully, Fantasia recovered and found new strength. In February 2011, she won her first Grammy for Best Female R&B Vocal Performance for her song Bittersweet. It was a proud moment after such a difficult time. Fantasia's struggles didn't stop there. She faced financial trouble in 2008 and almost lost her house in Charlotte. She was accused of not paying a loan, and the house was set to be auctioned. Fantasia worked hard to save it and denied rumors that Simon Cowell helped her. She said, "I've always worked hard to take care of my family." Despite saving the house, she eventually gave it up to avoid foreclosure, transferring the deed to the bank in 2012. Fantasia also found herself in controversy in 2013 when she posted something on Instagram that upset many people. Her post mentioned topics like gay marriage and marijuana legalization, which she called against the Bible. Many people thought her words were homophobic. She emphasized how important her faith is to her, saying, "If it had not been for the Lord, I wouldn't be here today." Her words were seen as judgmental, but Fantasia quickly spoke up to clear the air. She said, "It has been brought to my attention that something I said was taken out of context. I don't judge anyone because I don't want to be judged. The gay community is one of my biggest supporters, and I support them as they support me." She even shared that several members of her team are gay. To show her love and support, she performed at the Long Beach Gay and Lesbian Pride Festival just months later. In 2017, Fantasia's family faced a tough time when her brother Xavier was in a serious motorcycle accident. The injuries were so bad that Xavier couldn't walk for a long time. Fantasia talked about how this experience changed him and their family. She said young people today want success quickly, but real success takes hard work. She gave her brother tough love, telling him he had to put in the effort to recover. Xavier's Instagram posts show his determination, and he has made great progress, even standing and walking with braces. Fantasia's message to him was clear: when you work hard for something, you appreciate it more. Sadly, tragedy struck Fantasia's family again in 2018. Her 18-year-old nephew, Tyquan Washington, was shot and killed in North Carolina. Tyquan was remembered as a talented gymnast who loved football, singing, and dancing. Fantasia was heartbroken and wrote on Instagram, "Auntie is so sorry, baby. RIP to my oldest nephew." The loss was devastating, but the family came together to support each other during this difficult time. On a happier note, Fantasia found love with Kendall Taylor. The two got married in 2015 after knowing each other for only 3 weeks. Fantasia shared a touching moment from their relationship when Kendall prayed for her during a difficult time. However, in 2019, Fantasia stirred up another debate with her views on relationships. She said women should submit to their husbands and let men take the lead in the home. While some people didn't like her comments, Fantasia and Kendall explained what they meant. They said submission should be about love and teamwork, not control. Kendall added, "Men have this power in the past, but it's meant to be a beautiful balance between two lovers."
Grammy goes to Fantasia, Bittersweet.
Fantasia Barrino had an exciting time in her career from 2011 to 2013. Let's take a closer look at what happened during these years. On February 13th, 2011, Fantasia won her first Grammy Award. She received the award for Best Female R&B Vocal Performance for her song Bittersweet. This was a big moment in her career and showed the world her amazing talent. That same year, Fantasia was cast in her first movie role. She was chosen to play Mahalia Jackson, a famous gospel singer, in a film based on the book Got to Tell It, Mahalia Jackson, Queen of Gospel.
You can see, I'm not Fantasia, but I'm Brian Dickens. I'm Fantasia's manager. I apologize for Fantasia's absence tonight, but she's currently working on her role for the Mahalia Jackson movie that she's been successfully cast in. We wanted to say thank you so much for everyone that voted for Fantasia, that believed in her. It's been 7 years, for a long time.
The movie was backed by Mahalia Jackson's estate, which means her family and representatives approved of the project. Fantasia not only got a top salary for the role, but she was also promised a share of the movie's earnings. Filming was supposed to start in October 2011 in New Orleans and Chicago, with plans for the movie to premiere in late 2012 at the Cannes Film Festival. However, in August 2011, Fantasia faced some health issues. Doctors told her to rest, and she had to cancel her performance at an event in Atlanta. Around the same time, there were rumors that she wouldn't be part of the Mahalia Jackson movie anymore. The production company behind the film quickly defended Fantasia, saying the negative reports about her were not true. Fantasia's name came up again in 2011 when Aretha Franklin talked about making a movie about her life. Aretha said Fantasia and Jennifer Hudson were her top picks to play her. In the end, Jennifer Hudson played the role in the 2021 movie Respect. Later in 2011, Fantasia's record label, J Records, shut down. This didn't stop her music career, though. She continued releasing music under RCA Records. In 2012, Fantasia was recognized as one of VH1's 100 Greatest Women in Music, placing at number 32. She also worked on a new version of the song True Colors with Kelly Price and Faith Evans. Fantasia released a new single called Lose to Win on December 19, 2012. She shared on Steve Harvey's radio show that her next album would come out in March 2013. However, the release date was later moved to April 23, 2013. Fans could pre-order the album starting on March 19th. Fantasia announced that her next single from the album would be Without Me, featuring Kelly Rowland and Missy Elliott. In June 2013, Fantasia joined Andrea Bocelli on a 5-date tour. She also shared exciting news in an interview that same month. She was returning to Broadway in October 2013. These years were full of ups and downs for Fantasia, but her talent and determination kept her moving forward. Fans loved her music and performances, and she continued to shine as one of the best voices in R&B.
Which is crazy to me, because you play her on the Broadway. You're incredible on Broadway, and it seems like such a natural progression. Why'd you say no?
It was so heavy on Broadway, Kels.
I was day in, day out that role.
8 shows a week, plus my life was a bit crazy then. So it felt like I was carrying my cross and her cross.
Yeah.
And that was an overload.
In 2013, she starred in the Broadway musical After Midnight. The show opened on November 3, 2013, after starting previews on October 18th at the Brooks Atkinson Theater. Fantasia's last performance in this role was on February 9, 2014. Critics loved her performance. The New York Post praised her, saying, "Although I admired Ms. Barrino's heartfelt performance in The Color Purple, I was surprised at how smoothly and intuitively she slid into the vocal persona of a jazz singer." Fantasia was the first special guest star in the show. Later, other stars like K.D. Lang, Toni Braxton, and Babyface also joined the cast. Fantasia returned to After Midnight for another round of performances. From May 13th to June 8th, 2014, fans got to see her shine again. She also performed with the cast, Patti LaBelle, and Gladys Knight at the 68th Tony Awards. In 2013, Fantasia co-wrote and recorded a song for the movie The Butler. The song, In the Middle of the Night, was considered for an Academy Award, but didn't get a nomination. Fantasia kept making waves in the music world. In 2014, she was inducted into the North Carolina Music Hall of Fame. That same year, she appeared on Dave Kozz's Christmas album and worked with Michelle Williams on a remix of If We Had Your Eyes. Fantasia also shared on Instagram that she was working on a new album with R. Kelly. Her hard work paid off. On January 7, 2016, she released No Time For It, the first single from her album, The Definition Of. She teamed up with music producer Ron Fair for this project. The album came out on July 29, 2016, and debuted at number 6 on the Billboard 200 chart. It topped the R&B albums chart and became her 4th top 10 album. 2 songs from the album, No Time For It and Sleeping With the One I Love, became top 10 hits on the adult R&B songs chart. Fantasia also toured with Anthony Hamilton, starting in Buffalo, New York, on April 21, 2016. Fantasia released a Christmas album called Christmas After Midnight on October 6, 2017, under a new label, Concord. To promote the album, she went on the Christmas After Midnight tour and brought holiday cheer to her fans. In 2018, Fantasia performed at the funeral of the legendary Aretha Franklin. The next year, in 2019, she paid tribute to Aretha again during the Grammy Awards alongside singers Andra Day and Yolanda Adams. She also performed at another event honoring Aretha called Aretha! A Grammy celebration for the Queen of Soul. In April 2019, she sang My Guy at Motown 60, a Grammy celebration paying tribute to Mary Wells. Fantasia was busy in 2019. She shared on Instagram that her new album, Sketchbook, was ready. The album had 14 songs and featured artists like Meghan Trainor, T-Pain, and Brandy. The first single, Enough, was released in May and became a hit, reaching number 9 on the Billboard Adult R&B chart. Later that year, she also recorded the theme song, Shine, for the Tamron Hall Show. In 2022, Fantasia announced she was working on 2 albums, one of which would be a gospel album. Fans were excited to see her explore new music. One of Fantasia's biggest moments came in 2023 when she played Celie in the movie musical The Color Purple. The film came out on Christmas Day and received lots of praise. Critics called Fantasia's performance stunning, and she won an NAACP Image Award for her role. She was also nominated for a Golden Globe and a BAFTA Award. The movie's cast even won an Ensemble Award for their incredible work. In July 2024, Fantasia sang the national anthem at the A Capital 4th concert. Looking ahead, she will receive a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 2025. Barrino's voice is often described as raspy, gritty, and soulful. Some say it reminds them of Tina Turner. Fantasia's unique sound and powerful voice have earned her a place in music history, and she continues to inspire people everywhere.
Can you see?
Fantasia is also a big fan of rock music. She was influenced by rock legends like Queen, Tina Turner, and Elton John. This love for rock inspired her 4th album, Side Effects of You, where she introduced a new sound she called rock soul. This edgy mix of rock and soul was something she felt was always in her heart. In interviews, she has shared that she would love to explore this rock sound even more in her future music. Throughout her career, Fantasia has not only gained success, but she's also inspired other artists. For example, Joshua Ledette, a contestant on American Idol, was even nicknamed Mantasia because of his similar style. Actress Amber Riley has also said that Fantasia's music has inspired her. In 2017, filmmaker Tyler Perry called Fantasia one of the greatest singers of all time after seeing her perform in Atlanta. Fantasia's music mainly falls under contemporary R&B, but she blends in other styles too. Her lyrics often talk about love, pain, and strength. She also brings in elements of pop, funk, reggae, and hip-hop. Her Side Effects of You album, with its rock soul sound, earned praise from critics. Some said it was her best album yet. Fantasia has also shown her range by performing on Broadway in The Color Purple and After Midnight, and even going on a mini-tour with famous tenor Andrea Bocelli. Fantasia's list of achievements is long and impressive. After winning American Idol in 2004, she has received many awards, including a Grammy, 2 Billboard Awards, 5 NAACP Image Awards, and 2 ASCAP Awards. She's also been nominated for a Golden Globe and a British Academy Film Award. In 2012, VH1 ranked her as number 32 out of the 100 greatest women in music. Fantasia was inducted into the North Carolina Music Hall of Fame, and in 2024, Time magazine named her one of the most influential people in the world. She will also receive a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 2025. Fantasia Barrino's journey from American Idol to becoming one of the most respected voices in music shows just how powerful passion, hard work, and a unique voice can be. She has inspired so many with her music, and it's clear that her influence will continue to grow in the years to come.